What's good, y'all? This your boy Black G92. Now, apologies for another somewhat of a few days of absence. The search page for my YouTube channel was acting up, so I couldn't really look up the videos that I was requested on reacting to. So that's why it took so long. I wouldn't say it took so long. That's why there's been a bit of another absence than I originally planned. But damn, on another subject, I'm thinking about giving me a drink tonight. Cause a nigga been sick for a not even sick, but more so under the weather early this month, and I'm just ready to just get my drink on and ready to get up to Ohio, man. Cause I ain't trying to stay in this motherfucking job. Cause hey, I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna say fuck them. Nah. Cause I can't do it. Nope, can't do it. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. But by the way, this weekend I might just update the resume and just fill out some applications, so I think then I can like apply to different places. So who knows? I might have an opportunity right here, nearby, close to Augusta, that's gonna lead up to like a job and such. So yeah. Anywho, I was going to hop on here to tell y'all that. And before I say anything else, I'd say happy 30th birthday to my cousin Rima out there. She's like getting lit up in like Houston and all that good stuff. So yeah, shout out to you, Rima. Happy B-Day. Hope you enjoy it. So yeah, I want to say that real quick, and shout out to all my people on my dad's side of family, all my relatives and all that, cousins and all that, uncles, aunties. So yeah, I want to shout out to y'all, and also shout out to all my people from my mom's side of family as well. So shout out to them as well. Also, shout out my little sister Kayla. So she out in Texas as well. I might have to call in sometime, probably after I get done recording a reaction, or just after this live stream, of course. So whoever wants to tune in, y'all can tune in. If not, then cool.
Our barbershop and called it Steve's Barbershop, which was to honor his friend. In that year, he also invested in an app called Vest, which is a blockchain based music app. It makes it easier for artists to get payment from consumers, and it makes it more transparent.
I know I've been having my foot in this.
Find a flight that's or search kayak now.
This guy is known as a finisher. Oh, he's rocked it! This man is an absolute monster in welterweight.
And it makes it more transparent.
I know I've been having my foot in this tech space. I just got some inside information about a new opportunity I want to hit.
Yeah, right now I'm watching the last little bit of the Last Lap documentary that Quake, who's over the little media company Diverse Mentality, put together about a year or so ago in tribute to Nipsey Hussle and such. And the documentary is very insightful. It revealed information I had no idea about Nipsey Hussle. And I was like, wow, this man really did. And I was like, wow, Quake really done his research on Nipsey Hussle. You could tell he's a legit fan, for real. For him to get all the information and footage on this documentary, I'm gonna have to share this in the little what they call. I'm gonna have to share this in the little chat box as well, because this documentary is amazing. If you don't feel inspired by this, I don't know what will, because this man laid down a blueprint for all these entrepreneurs out there that want to do something. Hold up. Damn, I'm talking over her. Nip. I shouldn't have done that. Because this nigga was the true essence of a entrepreneur. For real. True essence, man. He was about his community as well.
Based music app. It makes it easier for artists to get payment from consumers, and it makes it more transparent.
I know I've been having my foot in this tech space. I just got some inside information about a new opportunity I want to hip y'all to. It's a company called Vest, as in invest. It's
Invest.
basically a marketplace that artists and content creators can go directly to their fan base and their consumers via the blockchain, and they can basically allocate value for either individual songs or whole projects, and fans can buy into the records. Traditionally, you had to go to a publishing company to get money advanced to you for the future value of your records. This platform creates the opportunity for your fans to buy into the records ahead of time. So this is just a new idea. It's a new platform. It's linked to the blockchain, so the whole transaction is transparent. It's something I'm really excited about. I think all new artists, old artists with catalogs that haven't been monetized on the new platforms can really embrace this thing. It's even a new term they came up with called an ISO, which is an initial song offer. In addition to just all the dope features of the technology that the artist can benefit from, just as an investor and as a businessman, it's something I'm going to invest in and become not only an influencer and hopefully on the board of, but also an equity holder.
He also announced an expansion in his clothing line, and that expansion would be Marathon Clothing alongside Puma, and they would do a deal where they would have exclusive clothing come out that was designed by Nipsey Hussle and the Puma company.
So it's two sides to it. On one side, I'm a brand ambassador for Puma, so basically it's an endorsement deal. The other side of it is a collaborative project with the Marathon and Puma. So we're gonna do a collection, multiple collections, but the first one dropped fall 2019, like around September. So it's gonna be shoes, apparel, a few accessories, show a sneaker, but then it's gonna be a marathon, not nip. It's gonna be a marathon Puma. I'm also just endorse the Puma products, so I'm gonna be in ads wearing the stuff. But then the other part of it is a collab between Marathon and Puma. So it won't be no Nipsey Hussle Puma shoe. It'll be a Marathon Marathon Puma shoe. Yeah. And sweatsuit, capsule, and t-shirts and stuff like that.
He also announced in late 2018 his own water called Marathon Water. And of course, he didn't forget about the music. He ended up touring the whole Victory Lap album in the summer of 2018 and dropped more music videos from the album. One music video he dropped was for Double Up. That peaked at number 65.
I love that song, Double Up. I'm gonna have to listen to it again. I gotta listen to it. It's been probably some time, probably way too long that I've went through without listening to that song. I gotta listen to it because, man, the beat and just how he rapped on there was just, it just hits you. Like, it hits you. It had that same feeling before he passed away, but since he has been gone, it just hits a lot different. You know what I mean? As with, well, yeah, I mean, hey, I was about to say something, but I kind of lost track. But anyway, like, it just hits you. It just hits you a lot more, the fact that he ain't no longer here. You know what I mean?
100, which was a good look. It was his highest charting song at that moment. He also shot the visuals for the title track Victory Lap, and that peaked at number 100 on the Billboard.
Another amazing song,
He
man.
also shot the visuals for Status Symbol as well.
Status Symbol 3.
2018, the Grammys announced the nominees for the Best Rap Album. Nipsey Hussle's debut album, Victory Lap, was nominated. To celebrate the fact that he got nominated, a week later, on December 17th, 2018, he dropped a new track called Perfect Timing. Then in February of 2019, a lot of things would happen. On February 10th, 2019, the 61st annual Grammys aired, and the Best Rap Album winner was officially announced. And of course, Nipsey Hussle was nominated for the Best Rap Album, but he ended up losing to Cardi B.
You know, you can't be upset. You can't be, oh, I got cheated, I got let. Nah, that was clearly her time because of the way the outcome happened.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I wasn't too upset about it at all. Even though I would have liked for Nipsey Hussle's album to have won Best Album of the Year in 2019, but yeah, I mean, Nipsey also had a good point though, because like Cardi B, throughout 2018, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing the Cardi B song, whether it's at a function or in the whip on YouTube, and of course Instagram. Like, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing Cardi B. So it made sense that they gave her the award. You know what I mean? It made sense because she definitely put in the work. Her team and all, her and her team definitely put in the work. Make sure the album was heard everywhere and there's visuals shot for the videos and all that. By the way, when is that second album's gonna drop, Cardi B? It's been about 4 years. Where's the follow up? Where's a tape? Where's an EP? But I'm getting ahead of but back on the subject of Nipsey Hussle, man. I like how he handled not winning the awards. He wasn't bitter about it. Wasn't going in on Cardi. He was just like give a salute. You know what I mean?
Grammy was announced, Cardi had a great year. She had a big year. And so, that was just like I seen certain people having, even on my timeline, like, man, you got cheated. No, we ain't doing that. That ain't the combo. You feel me? Man, that was her time. She got what she deserved.
Despite not winning, Nipsey kept his foot on the gas when it came to the music, and just a couple days later, on February 15th, 2019, he dropped the lead single from his new album called Racks in the Middle, featuring Roddy Ricch and Hit Boy. This track would be his highest charting single to date. It peaked at number 26 on the Billboard Hot 100. With the music going so well, behind the scenes, Nipsey finally closed a deal on purchasing the whole plaza and not just having a section of the plaza like the Marathon Clothing or a fish marketplace, but the whole plaza. They managed to close it, finally get the whole plaza in their name, own everything, and it was a surreal moment for Nipsey. He said he started hustling on that plaza, and now to own it, it was something he couldn't imagine.
Well, that one property you talking about, 3420 West Lawson, that's the building that the Marathon Clothing was in from day one, even before it was a Marathon. It was just Lawson Tees. We was just renting a space, selling little odd items, t-shirts and stuff. It was in that shopping. Rented. That was our corner we used to grind off of. So that building meant a lot to us, for sentimental reasons and just for the strategic location and what's going on right around it in LA, Crenshaw with the train and everything. So, from a real estate standpoint, it was a great opportunity, but then just from a sentimental level also. Yeah, that whole strip mall.
The whole plaza?
The whole plaza, yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's amazing.
Myself, my brother, Dave Gross, we partners on it. So we all went in and purchased the whole lot together. Man, it ain't really sunk in for real. You know what I mean? I don't think it really sunk in. And we got other real estate, but that one, just pulling in that parking lot and being like, this is all land.
Following this, in the month of March in 2019, Nipsey was going around promoting his first single off his new album, Racks in the Middle. Then on March 31st, 2019, Nipsey got up and went to his Marathon Clothing store.
He gonna go in on to the day that he passed away, but we're gonna go ahead and listen to the Status Symbol 3 though. I'm gonna watch this whole thing. I'm gonna finish watching the entire thing later on tonight. Right now, because I'm in this celebratory mood. I'm gonna turn on some tunes. Play the Status Symbol 2. Nipsey's Status Symbol series is a classic. All them songs hit, and they just kept on getting better and better. All his homies and shit. Look. Fucking fools in this bitch. Yeah. Cruise with that 6.
I'm the type to make the news when I trip. Probably be my downfall, a short fuse on the grip. But I'm working on my temper, put some jewels on my wrist. Cause I'd rather be that nigga on the cruise with my bitch. But not only food is a fish. On the coast of Greece, nigga, where the views is the shit. Follow me home, come and view the abyss. Take a walk with me, take it too just to take a piss. It ain't safe, tell a nigga get a grip.
dead and gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, headed home. Ain't funny. Gone, dead and gone, dead and gone, headed home. Damn, this song's so hit. R.P. to Nipsey. Damn, this song still hit, man. Just have you just feel like you that nigga. Woo. That's what that's what you call real music. Damn. Should I watch the video or should I go ahead and just? I think I should watch the video. I thought about just playing the song, but I gotta see the video because he has some baddies in that video twerking, especially that white girl. If you have ever seen the music video for Status Symbol 3, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it has plenty of eye candy for you. For real. And I'm not bullshitting you. Got a lot of baddies on there too. If I ever get famous, I like to shoot a video like this. I'm just putting it out there. I would like to shoot a video like this.
Alright, let me call him real quick. I'm gonna hit you right back. Alright, bet.
Look at Buddy with the fresh fade. Blunt in his ear. I wonder what Buddy's up to.
You know where the fuck you supposed to be going?
I forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was doing with it. I was smoking. Almost forgot what I was thinking. What the hell have I been thinking? I'm going through the city. I'm just riding through the city. Ain't nobody from with me. Ain't nobody rolling with me. Drip. So well, never chance on my heels. It's a trip. I almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was thinking. I've been driving, I've been smoking. Almost forgot what I was doing. The hell have I been thinking? Talk your shit.
I feel like a young boss, nigga that's thankful for his blessings. I can't even lie. I ain't even flex. Block for me, black man. Know they tryna stretch us. I ain't tryna preach. I ain't tryna lash. When you make your first million cash, you gon' feel the pressure. Just wanna feel a thrust. Wanna feel a texture. Wanna feel a drop top braids. Wanna feel success. Wanna chase game. Never chase a message. Never stop grinding. Cherish no possessions. Plan get accepted. Just reinvest. Thanks what I expected. Cause we ain't even set you. 60 up the mega. Choppers fuck detectives. FBI investors. Like they can't arrest us.
Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was doing. I've been jumping, I've been smoking.
Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was drinking. What the hell have I been thinking? Now I'm just riding through the city. And ain't nobody rolling with me. And ain't nobody rolling with me. It ain't no problem, I'm gon' get it. It ain't no problem, I'm gon' get it. This is
Trip. I'm smoking by myself. That's why I do it so well. Got the signs under my heels. It's a trip. Forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was doing. I've been driving, I've been smoking. Almost forgot what I was doing. Forgot what I was drinking. What the hell have I been thinking? Swerving. On purpose. Trip.
Turn my headphones up for me, G.
how we came from nothing. When it got established, living like a savage.
Yeah, look at them baddies right there, man.
Everybody starving, trying to take a sandwich. I know it's elaborate, but nigga, just imagine. Filter out the acid, we can make it happen. Weaving through the traffic, I can take you back then. Everything I said I meant, I was never capping. I was never scared to stand. Front line with mad tents. Raised to shoot at black men. Never felt the satisfaction when I seen the gang collapsing. They took the rules and whacked them. Started moving at a different frequency and it got me living lavish. On my partner steady passing. Trying to wiggle through this madness. Trying to fight this gravity at time. I swear I can feel it pull me backwards. Putting thousands on their caskets. Trying to pick the right reactions. I appreciate the progress, but I'm so confident about the status.
Almost forgot what I was going. Almost forgot what I was going. Dropping like a smoking. Ooh, I would love to have a video like this. Before I'm 40, I'm gonna be in a music video like this. With some baddies, of course. Ain't nobody rolling. It's a trip. Smoking by myself. Nobody's gonna do it so well. The signs on my head.
Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot where I was going. I've been driving, I've been smoking. Almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot what I was drinking. What the hell have I been thinking? Just watch.
And look, they gonna play it back. Have them girls twerking. Hey. Oh, white girl was getting it too.
Almost forgot what I was drinking. What the hell have I been thinking? Now I'm just riding through the city. And ain't nobody rolling with me. It ain't no problem, I'm gon' get it. This is trip. Ride around smoking by myself. Don't you know I do it so well? Dollar signs all on my head. Rolling solo dolo. This is trip. Hey, almost forgot what I was doing. Almost forgot where I was going. I've been driving, I've been smoking. Almost forgot what I was doing.
Almost forgot what I was doing. Oh shit, I got somebody viewing in. Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and turn off from this. I'm about to do a reaction. So, matter of fact, I might play one more song, man. Get the night right. I might give me a drink. Fuck it. And then come back around and record a reaction as well. I could probably watch this Night Talk. What to do. Or watch some Drinker. Since I'm about to drink tonight. Let's see what the Drinker's talking about. Because I love the Drinker. Who loves the Drinker?
One of the great things about
Alright. My boy Drinker. Ooh, I should watch the one when he's talking about why modern movies suck, the myth of the modern audience. Let's do it.
Thanks to Chase, Angie's not sweating this text since there's 0 overdraft fees if she overdraws by $50 or less. And Kyle? Well, he's keeping calm with another day to adjust his balance if he overdraws by more than $50. Overdraft assist from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Dude, you coming? Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max gels with more concentrated power. Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. With Alka-Seltzer Plus. Also tried for fast sinus and pain relief.
modern
Audiences.
If ever there was a red flag for another incoming tidal wave of steaming hot post-Vindaloo diarrhea, it would have to be the sentence updated
Updated for modern audiences.
It seems like every single puff piece article, awkward promotional tour, tedious interview, and shill media review these days takes a perverse delight in announcing that yet another story has been updated
For modern audiences.
In fact, it's become just another expected buzzword for basically every new project, along with other classics like diverse casting,
Yep,
strong
diverse
female
characters,
toxic online trolls, and my personal favorite, reflecting
the world we live in today.
It's meant to be seen as another step towards some undefined, unreachable, but eternally optimistic utopia waiting for us in some hypothetical future time that we'll never see. Another uncomfortable mistake of the past corrected. Another bastion of the old, bigoted, oppressive world toppled. Another victory in the never-ending war against our own cultural legacy. And on the surface, it sounds pretty nice, doesn't it?
Yeah,
we love
it
updating
does.
things these days. We love stuff that's modern. After all, who wants to cling to old, dusty, outdated ideas when we can have shiny, new, modern stuff? Because everything that's new and updated must be good. Right? Everything we produce today must be better than what came yesterday.
It turns out half the time is wrong. And certain films should be left alone. Because it was made for that time period and it should be left untouched. Because if you try to change it up to match what's going on in 2022, it's going to not turn out as good as you may have hoped it been. Now, the idea of like wanting to have something to reflect the world that we live in, it's cool, but then again, you want to be like super specific though, because those films like that tend to not age well, especially if you're making something related to I don't know, a presidential election or may have you. They're not going to hold up too well in the near future, 5-10 years from now. So yeah, I think some of these film producers need to acknowledge that part.
Surely we couldn't possibly be making stuff that's worse.
Mm.
The reality here is that the myth of the modern audience is one of the biggest cases of collective gaslighting I think I've ever seen, and it's been used to justify some of the worst excesses of franchise destruction in all of entertainment. And yet there it is, repeated again and again, like it's some badge of honor instead of the dunce's cap of shittiness. The message is always the same, like everyone's saying it is part of some weird collective hive mind capable only of repeating the same basic concepts and phrases. The world is changing. People are different now, and they don't like the things they used to like. They don't want escapism and innocent, joyful entertainment for its own sake. They want stories and characters that reflect the world we live in today. They don't want thoughtful and balanced explorations of complex ideas. They want to be told exactly how to think on every issue, and always from one particular point of view, because clearly we all hold the same opinions about everything. They don't want men that are strong, capable and assertive, or women that are feminine, compassionate and protective. They want their characters deconstructed, conflicted and homogenized. They don't want historical accuracy. They want modern values, cultural norms and metropolitan diversity superimposed onto times and places where it makes no logical sense.
At all.
Because the past doesn't matter, you see. The past is full of ists and phobes and dangerous ideas that we have to carefully shield you from in case you start thinking for yourself too much and form opinions that we don't like. All that matters is what we tell you. And the more this shit happens, the more I'm reminded of an interesting little quote from our not too distant history. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. Well, the drinker doesn't believe it, and I'm here to take a big steaming shit of my own on the myth of the modern.
Let's get to it, drinker. Let's get to it.
Audience. And to do this, let's begin with the world of fairy tales, shall we? One of the most quintessential forms of storytelling, and one that's been fertile ground for companies like Disney for the better part of a century now.
Yeah.
Everything from Pinocchio to Mulan to Aladdin and Cinderella have been turned into animated movies over the years, enthralling and inspiring whole generations of kids. But with the advent of the modern era comes a chance to remake films like this for modern audiences. Correcting them to make sure they don't conflict with the things we want you to think now. I've already covered films like Mulan, Beauty and the Beast, and the upcoming Little Mermaid in the previous video, but I think there's an even better example on the way.
Now, I have to see the one he said about Beauty and the Beast. I know he ripped that film to shreds, but yeah, I remember that Beauty and the Beast remake. It was okay at best. It was just, I feel like it was just didn't feel necessary. You know what I mean? It didn't add nothing to it except making one previous established character gay. I was like, okay. I mean, it didn't add much to the story neither. And as far as the motivation of people getting on Belle was some modern day nonsense. And I mean, when it was just the fact that she was just different from everyone else. Like, it wasn't not anything deeper than that. It wasn't just, oh, she a woman reading books like the film like to portray. But yeah, that the remake was not necessary to be made.
Of Snow White, released way back in 1937, the true OG of Disney fairy tale movies that basically paved the way for everything that followed it.
Yep.
A timeless story of adventure, friendship, and true love that went on to become an enduring classic. So it was only natural that modern Disney would produce a cash grab remake at some point.
Yep.
And of course, it had to be altered to appeal to
modern audiences.
A character from a 19th century German fairy tale who is literally named Snow White due to her skin being white as snow is now being played by Colombian actress Rachel Zegler. I mean, sure, yeah, it makes sense to me. I guess the idea of a female lead.
It doesn't make sense at all. Like, it does not make sense at all. And I'm sure the person they picked is a good actress, but she clearly does not look the part or look like the character. If you're gonna do a remake of a classic Disney film, at least have a person that looks like the character. Like, don't just go out your way to make them look different. Like, because then the jig is up, and you just simply doing it to get some brownie points with the perpetually offended on social media, and also, like I mentioned, those activists on social media that wants to complain about shit, because nothing will ever be enough for that crowd.
Low levels of melanin is so offensive to modern audiences that she had to be replaced with a more diverse alternative in order to keep everyone safe. The dwarves that were used for comedy effect in the original have been reworked into highly efficient, intelligent, and disciplined underground engineers. Why? Because apparently we can't depict little people on screen in a way that could be even vaguely interpreted as negative. The finale about the dashing prince saving...
Boo. Now, it sounds like it's going to be a shitty film. I already know.
And reviving Snow White from her eternal sleep with a true love's kiss has been axed too, naturally, because the notion of a strong, heroic man saving the princess from danger is just too triggering for modern audiences. This princess is going to damn well save herself, and the rest of the world just needs to deal with that. In fact, I think Rachel Zegler summed up their mentality perfectly in this article from Vanity Fair. People are making these jokes about ours being the PC Snow White, where it's like, yeah, it is, because it needed that. It's an 85-year-old cartoon, and our version is a refreshing story about a young woman who has a function beyond "Someday my prince will come." I know, right? Imagine doing a faithful adaptation of a classic story. Basically, what you're getting here is a completely different movie with a familiar name attached to it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, if they really wanted to do all that, they should have made their own movie instead of using a familiar intellectual property. But it shows how creatively bankrupt Hollywood is. They'll never do that. They'll take something that's beloved that everyone grew up watching, and they're gonna get them pissed off, and they're like, oh, it's needed because XYZ reason. Which most of it is fucking stupid, but
the obvious question: if you hate the source material so fucking much, if the plot, characters, and themes are so offensive to your modern sensibilities, then why even bother remaking it?
Right.
Just come up with something new. Oh yeah, of course. But hey, that's just fairy tales. What about the world of TV? I mean, I could talk about the disastrous failures of modern reinterpretations of classic stories like The Wheel of Time, or Resident Evil, or Watchmen, or Cowboy Bebop. But why bother when we've got the Rings of Power to play with? Amazon's billion-dollar nightmare that managed to accomplish the seemingly impossible by tarnishing the legacy of the greatest fantasy author of all time.
Yep,
and
sure
making
did.
The Hobbit trilogy look halfway decent in comparison.
Yeah.
See, The Lord of the Rings is set in a fantasy version of medieval Northern Europe and draws heavily from European culture and mythology. In fact, that was pretty much Tolkien's entire motivation for writing it.
Yep.
It also means that the story has a mostly homogenous cast of characters occupying traditional gender roles, i.e. men tend to make decisions and go off to war, and women tend to stay behind and keep everything running. But apparently, modern audiences just can't handle such outdated stereotypes, and so changes had to be made. First up, that sea of beige faces just had to go, because the idea of an ethnically homogenous cast is basically a crime against humanity now.
Basically, according to the perpetually offended social media activists on social media, that's considered offensive, and which sucks, because like you mentioned before, like it's based on medieval European culture, and of course, the ethnicity of the cast gonna be predominantly white. I mean, it makes sense. It's matched the source material. But of course, with Rings of Power, which by the way, I have yet to watch that damn show, because it looks like it would be shit anyway. It didn't look interesting. I mean, aside from it being an inferior, modern day, updated version of this, not even like the main storyline. It's based on bits and pieces from the summer. I think I forgot exactly what book it was. I know, because it's been missing. I watched just some guys' review and such, which, by the way, I got to finish watching those, because that man be ripping Rings of Power to shreds. It's always a joy to watch.
Well, unless it happens in a place that begins with W and ends in Akana, in which case it's just the best thing ever. Because logical consistency apparently isn't a big priority for modern audiences.
At all.
This show needed diversity, and lots of it. Did that mean exploring different cultures and locations to expand the scope of Middle-earth in exciting new ways? Nah, what it meant was drop a bunch of diverse actors into the story at random points with no explanation, and pretend that it makes total sense and has always been that way. Genius! Since women are apparently the new men for modern audiences, let's make sure that we crowbar them into every major leadership role and position of authority that we can possibly get away with. Oh yeah, and they're also warriors now who can magically fight men twice their size, because I guess medieval armies had diversity and equity departments too. And naturally, the men are conveniently moved aside to make way for them, relegated to the roles of weak, indecisive, insecure, and clueless buffoons who know their place, refer to their female superiors, and die when they're no longer convenient to the plot. Because truly, that's what modern audiences want to see, don't you know? And on that subject, male characters are getting more than their share of reimagining these days. And don't worry, I'm going to do a proper in-depth video on that particular topic soon.
I want to see this.
Believe that.
Ooh, I'm writing it down.
As a little example for the purposes of this video, let's take a look at James Bond. Surely the absolute pinnacle of everything that is, was, or ever will be a man. Tough, cold, ruthless, charming, sophisticated, and dangerous. A man of action and intrigue. A man that every woman wants, but none can ever truly have. Well, not anymore. Because modern audiences don't want to see strong, capable, confident, assertive men on screen. Because that would perpetuate the harmful stereotype that men should aspire to be strong, capable, confident, and assertive. Instead, what modern audiences want in their men is emotion, vulnerability, and respectfulness. Can't have them come across as too threatening or dangerous. I mean, Daniel Craig already started the trend by having Bond pout and sulk his way through most of his films, because, you know, being a suave, gun-toting super spy is just such a drag. But don't worry, his successor will absolutely carry on his work. In a recent interview with Variety magazine, you know, that bastion of impartial journalistic integrity, series producer Barbara Broccoli explained that Bond is evolving just as men are evolving.
What?
I don't know who's evolving at a faster pace. She went on to add that Craig's Bond cracked the character open emotionally.
What?
The films over his tenure were the first time we really connected to the emotional arc.
Huh?
Well, here's the problem, Barb. Bond has been a popular character for decades precisely because he didn't evolve. Yeah, different actors brought slightly different interpretations of the character, either because of their acting styles or personalities, but Bond's core traits didn't change.
At all.
Because they didn't fucking need to. James Bond represents the ultimate masculine ideal, and that ideal hasn't changed, no matter how much people might want it to. Putting some androgynous pop star into a dress isn't redefining masculinity, any more than me down in a pint of vodka is redefining sobriety. It's trying to replace one thing with another, but keep the same name, in the hopes of eventually gaslighting everyone into believing that it's always been that way. Remember, if you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. The point I'm making here is that Bond's unique combination of intellect, physical power, and emotional distance is what makes him so compelling. Trying to alter that combination undermines the very foundations of who he is. Just like the reimagined Snow White, you're altering such fundamental elements of who that person is that you're basically creating a whole new character with the same name. That's not modernization, that's bastardization.
Sounds about right.
Movies and TV shows that are getting updated for modern audiences. Video games were basically the testbed for this shit 10 years ago. I've already spoken in another video about the ham-fisted attempts to modernize Lara Croft, which turned an awesome, empowered and ass-kicking adventurer into a boring, whiny, guilt-ridden, overly emotional child with daddy issues. It took a classic archetype that everyone admired and tried to break her down into something more grounded, more relatable, more acceptable to modern audiences. And well, all they really did was break her. Hey, you'll be pleased to know that Grand Theft Auto is finally getting the same treatment. According to
Holy
this article
shit.
from the New York Post, the game is going to feature
I remember seeing this article about Grand Theft Auto 6, and I'm good on it. Like, if they were to try to cut back all the offensive jokes that made the Grand Theft Auto series what it fucking was, I'm not gonna say boycott it, but I'm just gonna do the most anger-filled review of Grand Theft Auto 6. You know what I mean? Because again, those offensive jokes and wisecracks were what made the games great. That's what made Grand Theft Auto 5 such an amazing fucking game, as well as San Andreas, the parts I did play, and also playthroughs I've seen. So, like, boy. And of course, I forgot to mention Vice City. So for people want to so-called want to cut back on jokes that may offend certain demographics, what? That would make sense, because the real world isn't pretty, and like Grand Theft Auto series always kind of base their fictional cities in real life locations and people, there's a lot of people that are fucked up, so to keep the fucked up people in there, you know what I mean? If you cut back on jokes that may offend certain demographics, then the game is just something else entirely.
Protagonist for the first time, and tone down the racist and sexist humor that's been prevalent in the series until now. Because, you know, when you're busy hijacking cars, burning down buildings, shooting police officers and murdering innocent civilians, it's the summer of 2020, the last thing you want to encounter is offensive humor. Jesus Christ, talk about not understanding your audience. The GTA series was practically founded on violence, criminal behavior and irreverent humor. It's the very reason it went on to become such an enormous global success.
Yes.
But of course, the problem is that when a company gets too big and too successful, it inevitably gets infiltrated by people for whom the idea of fun and non-politically correct humor is like sunlight to a fucking vampire.
Yep.
You can just tell the direction all the so-called jokes in this game are gonna go now, and I'm willing to bet that not a single one will come at the expense of that all-important female protagonist.
None at all.
That's what modern audiences want, right? The myth of the politically progressive, emotionally fragile, and easily offended modern audience, which must be carefully catered to, is exactly that. Myth. A convenient scapegoat created by writers of these projects to deflect blame and criticism away from themselves. Oh, we didn't set out to make all these unpopular changes that ultimately ruined the product you see, but the world has changed now, and we had to update it for modern audiences. Because ultimately, the people they're really catering to are themselves. It's an excuse for them to indulge their own narcissism, to impose their own worldview, to undo the things that they don't like and replace it with stuff they personally want to see. It's not about respecting and building on what came before, it's about sweeping it all away and consigning it to the ash heap of history, replacing it with their ideas, their ideology, their view of how the world should be. It's the shallow, arrogant, self-absorbed mentality of people that have been coddled and praised their entire lives, that have never struggled, never experienced hardship or danger, never ventured outside their own carefully controlled echo chamber. The kind of people who see the past as an enemy to be defeated instead of a rich tapestry of ideas and experiences they can learn from. And the irony here is that for all their posturing and virtue signalling and unwavering belief that they're on the right side of history, ultimately all they're doing is undermining the very causes they claim to care so much about. Battering someone over the head with your ideas and opinions until they eventually give up and leave isn't the same as winning them over to your point of view. All you're doing is pissing off and alienating people who might otherwise have been receptive to what you had to say. How many movies and shows that loudly claim to be updated for modern audiences have crashed and burned over the past decades? how many more are going to follow them? In trying to cater for some imaginary modern audience that doesn't actually exist, all you really end up doing is pushing away your actual audience. And well, that's something that no business can afford to keep doing for long. Anyway, that's all I got for today.
Go away now. Man, drinker will always bring the truth and nothing but the truth, and and have some laughs along the way. So I'm going to log off for a sec. I might log off, and hell, I might come on here, probably do another live stream before I do another reaction. Which, by the way, I might do a reaction sometime tomorrow, because I'm just going ahead and drink. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just going ahead and just drink and just kick back, watch some Netflix, and maybe not Netflix, probably Hulu, and hopefully I'll be able to head out to Ohio and all that stuff. Cause no way, I ain't gonna get too much into that, but But I appreciate for the person that decided to log in and check me out. But yeah, I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind, and I'm gonna go ahead and do maybe like 3 or 4 reaction videos tomorrow. So probably on the top of the morning, I'm gonna go ahead and do another live stream as well as soon as I wake up, and just because I'll be up early as a motherfucker around morning time and such. So I might just go ahead and just tune in early. Like if I get up around 5 something, you might see me on here on 5 something. They're doing a live stream, probably play some tunes and just give y'all updates of what's going on with my life and all that good stuff. And that's it. And that's all. This your boy Black G92 about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.